It's time to create a profitable, scalable, and sustainable studio for yourself and your students. Welcome to Dance Studio Empire. I'm Jen, dance studio owner for 30 years, running multiple locations with over 1,000 students, dance business coach turned mastermind mentor for dance studio owners, creatives, and leaders like you. I know you're committed to growing your studio and creating the time and financial freedom you most want, while also being the best in the industry with a reputation to match. I've coached hundreds of studio owners who have grown to 250, 500, and over 1,000 students using my signature studio scaled method. And in this podcast, I'll give you the clarity, strategy, and CEO mindset to help you do the same. Let's dive in. Well, hello there, dance studio owners, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Dance Studio Empire podcast. Today, I am diving into something that I know is going to resonate with many of you. Maybe not with others at the moment, but I thought that it was so timely because for me, I am in the depths of planning for 2025. Now, I get it. There are certainly two types of studio owners out there. There are the ones who are still waiting for 2024 to settle. And then there are those who are thinking and planning into next year. And you know what? Neither approach is right or wrong. It is simply how we are wired as individuals. Now, some of us thrive in the now, while others are always looking ahead. So if that's you right now, I've got some practical tips that can help you get started with your planning for 2025. If maybe you're not ready, then just take these on board, and at the point where you are ready to start thinking about the next year, then come back to this episode and it's exactly the same steps. All right, let's start with the first one. The first thing I would go to when I'm starting to plan out for the new year is I want to think about what offers I want to add or what I want to take away for the new year. So it may be that everything is humming along beautifully and you don't want to change, and that is absolutely fine. But for those of you who are feeling a little bit edgy, I think it's a really good time to start by considering any new programs you might want to offer, any new classes or special events that you'll be introducing next year. You know, do you want to expand your offerings and attract a different age group or different skill levels? Maybe you've been thinking about adding an adults program or a competition team or even parent-child dance classes. What I encourage you to do is just jot down any ideas that have been floating around in your mind. Then you want to have a look at those and you want to weigh the pros and the cons of each. You know, what's going to bring you the most value to your studio and align with your long-term goals. And don't forget, you need to consider your current resources, both in terms of time, your staffing, but also financially. You want to make sure that whatever you add is sustainable and is not going to stretch you too thin. Okay, the next one. So the next thing I do is then I start addressing my current timetable. So take a look at your existing class schedule. Are there classes that aren't performing as well as you'd hoped? Maybe attendance has been dropping or the energy just isn't there anymore. It might be time to cut or consolidate those classes. But then on the flip side, are there classes that are bursting at the seams? And maybe it's time to add other sessions or move to a larger studio space. I want you to think about how you can adjust your timetable to better meet the needs of where your students are right now and just create a more efficient and balanced schedule. Okay, the next one is check in with your teachers and what their plans are for 2025. So your team is the backbone of your studio. It's so crucial to know where they stand. And although sometimes we don't want to know, we'd rather bury our head in the sand, it's more important that you do know so we can start working out moving forward what you're going to do if you do have a teacher who is planning on leaving. So I suggest scheduling a meeting, or even shoot them an email or have a casual conversation with them, whatever's going to work best for your relationship with them. And I'd be asking them about their goals for next year. What are they planning to do? Are they planning on staying on? Do they want to take on more classes or perhaps try something new? Their input will be invaluable as you start planning your schedule and making decisions about what classes to offer. And there's the age-old question about, do you timetable around your teachers or do you do the timetable and then put the staff in? And I'm so sorry to say, I just don't believe that there's a clear-cut answer. I think it's very individual and it's based on so many different things, but all I say is just have an idea of where your teachers are so that you can start working forward. And it's also like a really good opportunity to show your team that you value their contributions and that you're invested in their growth. So you can't go wrong there, right? Okay, number 4, it is now time to start thinking about you. So think about where you want to be and what's going to work well for you within the business next year. So it's a little bit about self-reflection, and if you just want to take a step back and evaluate what's working for you personally within the business. Are you still passionate about the areas that you're involved in, or do you need to delegate more so that you can focus on what truly does excite you? Maybe you've been handling the marketing but you're finding it's now really draining you and it may be better to outsource it. Or perhaps you've been dreaming about starting a new project within your studio, but you haven't had the time. I want to encourage you to make 2025 the year that you start to make that shift. So the goal is to align your day-to-day tasks with your strengths and passions so that you can stay motivated and avoid the burnout. This is the blend, right? The blend that we're all trying to do. Okay, the next one is to start thinking about how you want your re-enrollment or your rollover enrollment process for 2025 to look. Re-enrollment is a crucial time for studios, and the process you set up can make a huge difference in your retention rates. Do you want to continue with the same process that you've been using? And maybe it's been working, which is excellent. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's time for a change. I have spoken about my re-enrollment process quite in depth. It has always been super successful. I would continue to tweak it to change up a few little things, but really it works and it works so well. Maybe for you, you might want to simplify your re-enrollment or your rollover process. Maybe you want to go digital or introduce incentives for those early re-enrollments. Think about what worked well this year and what didn't, and gather feedback from your parents and your students if you can, because that's the best way to find out what is most important to them. And whenever you decide to make the process really clear and simple and efficient, make it as less steps as possible for the parents who are having to re-enroll, and because everyone's so busy, everyone doesn't want, and I'm speaking even for myself, we've got so much going on, we just want the process to be as simple as possible. So have a think about how that may look for you. Okay, and finally, point 6 is to start educating yourself on how you can simplify, how you can give your time, give more time back in your schedule and save you money. Now, this one is a game changer. As studio owners, we are wearing millions of hats, right? We have admin, we're marketing, we're teaching, you name it. But in 2025, it is time right now to start thinking smarter and stop working as hard. Begin to explore ways to streamline your operations. Are there repetitive tasks that are eating up too much of your time? Maybe it's time to automate them. Can you make your admin processes more efficient? I really want to encourage you to start looking into ways and systems that can help you cut down on busy work so that you can focus on the big picture. Now, here's the thing. I have been hearing this need from studio owners and also myself about needing to simplify and be more efficient so we can prioritize ourselves. And so what I've been doing is over the last couple of months, I have been deep in the trenches developing something that I genuinely believe that will make a massive difference for you. And I'm really excited about it, and I have been hinting about it in my socials and on the podcast, but I'm really excited because I'm just weeks away from sharing it with you. I've genuinely poured my heart and soul into creating this tool, and I know it will help you reclaim your time, it will reduce your stress, and grow your studio in a way that is sustainable and feels good. So as I mentioned, I will be talking about this very, very soon. Keep your eye on my socials. I'll be running some free training very soon. I'll get to talk about it. I'll get to share it with you, and I'll show you exactly what I've been doing. So if this is something that interests you, or you're feeling it in your bones that you know you need to do something, you need to change, you need to make a process that is going to suit your needs better, then just send me a DM with your best email address and I will make sure you are the first to hear all about those juicy details. Okay, so thanks for hanging out with me today, and as always, just stay focused, stay balanced, and keep building that empire.